Okay, so good morning, students. Good morning, everyone. So this is the continuation of our discussion in module 6 po. So about the inverse function. So last day, so I've already discussed the graph of rational functions. Okay, next, let's continue to discuss the inverse function. Okay, so when we say inverse function or one-to-one inverse function, so it is a relation reversing the process performed by any function x is called inverse of function x. Okay, this means that the domain of the inverse is the range. Okay, so take note, the domain of the inverse is the range of the original function, and that the range of the inverse is the domain of the original function. So it means it is swapping lang po. The original function, we have the domain and the range in the original function. So pag i-inverse mo yan, so yung range ng original function magiging domain, and the range, yung range magiging domain, then the domains yung sa original function natin magiging range po siya. Okay, so this is the original function. Okay, let have the given po y equals 2x minus 1. So this is our table of values. Okay, mag-assign ka lang ng negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it is a independent variable po. Okay, so substitute mo lang yung negative 4 dito sa ating original function. So 2 times negative 4 minus 1, negative 9. Negative 2 times negative 3 minus 1, negative 7. 2 times negative 2 minus 1, negative 5. 2 times negative 1 minus 1, negative 3. 2 times 0 minus 1, negative 1. 2 times 1 minus 1, 1. 2 times 2 minus 1, 3. 2 times 3 minus 5, minus 2 times 3 minus 1, 5. 2 times 4 minus 1, 7. Okay, so this is the original function po. So pag i-inverse mo yan, okay, pag i-inverse mo yan, students, yung x value natin magiging, okay, so yung x value natin magiging y value. So yung range na yung domain natin sa original function magiging range na po siya. Then yung range natin magiging domain. So swapping lang, nag-swap lang sila. 'Di ba? As you can observe, yung value na negative 9 to 7 nagiging yung y value na negative 9 to 7 nagiging x value yan. Negative 9 to 7. Then yung x value natin nagiging y, 'di ba? Negative 4 to positive 4. Okay, so that would be the inverse of the table of values. Next, when we say inverse of one-to-one function, so the definition itself, let f be a one-to-one with domain A and range B. Then the inverse of f denoted, so f 2 negative 1. So f negative 1 or inverse. So magbutang ka lang ng negative 1 sa taas. So pasabutan na, naka-inverse po yan. So it's a function with domain B and range A. Defined by, okay, inverse of y equals x if and only if function x equals y for any y and b. So it means pag mag-inverse ka, maglagay ka ng function inverse, okay, y equals x. So yung y value natin magiging yung x natin magiging y. So a function has an inverse if and only if it is a one-to-one. So magiging inverse lang po, makapag-inverse ka lang basta yung function natin is a one-to-one corresponding po. So 1-to-1 lang ha. Inverting the x and y values of a function results in a function if and only if the original function is 1-to-1. Dapat 1-to-1 lang po. Okay, find the inverse of the function described by the set of ordered pairs. Okay, so you need to find 1, negative 3, 2, 1, 3, 3 and 3, 4 and 5, 5 and 7. So, meron tayong mga ordered pairs dito. Then, the solution. Switch the coordinates of each ordered pair. So, switching lang po. So, 1, negative 3, 2 and 1, 3 and 3, 4 and 5, 5 and 7. So, you need to inverse lang po. So, yung y value nagiging x value, negative 3, 1, yung 2 and 1 nagiging 1 and 2, yung 3 and 3, so 3 and 3, 4 and 5, 5 and 4, then 5, 7, 7 and 5. So, inverse lang po. Yan. Then, to find the inverse of a one-to-one function, student, take note of these steps. Okay, first, write the function in the form of y equals function x. Okay? So, dapat yung y equals function x. So, this is the first step. Next, interchange the x and y variables. So, you need to interchange yung y magiging x, then ang x magiging y. Then, C, solve for y in terms of x. Okay, do the process po, do the operations, or do the solution po. Next, find the inverse of g of x equals. Okay, meron pa tayong example dito. Find the inverse of function x equals 3x plus 1. Okay, take note, this is our original function po. 3x plus 1. So, first, di ba, in our step 1, write the function in the form of y equals function x. Okay, the original form. Then, yung function x magiging y equals 3x plus 1. After that, okay, step 2, interchange the x and y variables. Okay, so interchange mo lang yung x natin and the y. So, yung y natin magiging x. Then, yung x natin dito magiging y. So, interchange lang. So, after that, step 3, solve for y. Okay, solve for y in terms of x. So, we need to solve the y value. Okay, on the function. The inverse function. Okay, so transpose mo lang yung 1. So, additional property of equality po, x minus 1. Okay, so wala na yung 1 natin. So, we have x minus 1 equals 3y. So, wala pa tanahuman na i-divide lang nimo both side by 3 in order to remain the y. So, that's why meron tayong x minus 1 over 3 equals y. So, the answer is y, copy lang, equals x minus 1 over 3. So, by writing the inverse function, so maglagay ka lang ng f dito, then to the power of negative 1, x equals x minus 1 over 3. Okay, so yan lang po. Next, second example, g of x equals x to the power of 3 minus 2. Diba? So, this is our first given, or the original given po. So, interchange mo lang yung x to y. Diba? Okay. Right, g of x, y. Then, interchange mo lang. Okay. So, yung y magiging x, yung x magiging y. Then, yung y natin magiging x. Okay, so, you need to get the y terms, or solve the y terms po. Okay, so transpose nyo lang yung negative 2. So, bilin si y to the power of 3, y raised to the power of 3 equals x plus 2. Student, wala pa tanaw man, kay ibilin man to si y. So, mag-assign ka og square root dyan. Yan na. Para ma-equate ni mo na ang 3. Okay? So, that's why our inverse function y equals cube. Okay, so dili square root. So, nagbutang tag cube root ana para ma-cancel yung 3 natin dyan. So, y equals cube root of x plus 2. So, by writing into inverse function, so g inverse of x. So, the inverse of g of x equals cube root of x plus 2. Next, example 3. Find the inverse of function x equals 2x plus 1 over 3x plus 4. Okay, so first step, ito po yung first step natin. Function x equals 2x plus 1 over 3x minus 4. So, interchange mo, okay, yung function x natin magiging y equals 2x plus 1 over 3x minus 4. Next step, yung x natin, so interchange mo lang into y. So y and y then x. Okay? So after that, 'di ba, kunin natin yung the y terms natin diyan or the solution of y. Okay? Cross multiply lang. Pag ganito po, pag meron siyang proportion, so cross multiply mo lang. So x times 3y minus 4, so yan. Next, y times 2y plus 1, so ito po. So after that, kunin mo lang yung 2y natin. So transpose mo lang si wala pa i-transpose diyan. Interchange mo lang yung 'di ba? Okay, i-multiply sa i-distribute sa x times 3y, 3xy, x times negative 4, negative 4x. Then 2y plus 1. So after that, atong siyang i-combine. I-combine na to ang mga y and the x po. So 'di ba, meron siyang negative 4x diyan. Then meron 2y dito. So yung 2y, so i-partner na to siya kang 3xy para maka factor out tayo. So ibalin si negative 4x, so nagiging 4x diyan. Then si 2y nagiging negative 2y. So that's why meron tayong 3xy minus 2y equals 4x plus 1. Dili man gud ta maka-equate at dili mo ta makasolve sa x ato pag dili siya mabalhin po, ma-transfer. Okay, so after that, students, so meron siyang same variable, di ba? Say y. So ipagawas natin si y. Okay, so pagawas. Then pag mag-multiply ka, so y times 3x, so magiging mubalik siya sa ihang product, so, which is 3xy. So, diba? Y times 3x, 3xy. Then, y times negative 2, negative 2y. Okay. So, bumabalik siya sa kaniyang product. Equals 4x plus 1. So, after that, so, unsay sunod? It would be the next po. So, diba? Meron na tayo yung y dito. So, napagawas natin si y. Kuhaon na nimo si y. So, saan man? So, i-divide siya both side by negative 3x minus 2 para mabilin si 3x minus si y. Then, so the answer is, muna yung answer niya. Y equals 4x plus 1 over 3x minus 2. So, writing in the inverse function po, okay, in the inverse function of x equals 4x plus 1 over 3x minus 2. Okay, so that would be the discussion po about on how to solve the inverse function of 1-to-1 function po. So, in the graphing po, di ba, meron graphing dyan. So, pag graphing, student, mag-assign ka lang ng table of values dito. So, mag-assign lang kag table of values of 4x plus 1 over 3x minus 2. In order mag-graph nimo. So kaning original function, mag-table of values ka lang. Mag-table of values ka lang diyan. So after that, kung makuha na po nimo ang inverse, magbutang na po kag table of values diyan. Sa inverse of 2x plus 1 over 3x minus 4. So in order to graph, maka-graph ka. So lahi ang graph ni original function and the inverse po. Okay, so student, so that would be the recorded discussion po. So don't forget to subscribe my channel po. So thank you, student. Okay, type done lang po kung natapos mo nang mag-watch sa ating recorded video para mahatagan tikaw attendance. Okay, so thank you. God bless.